I said he
There we
said
go.
Toriko
Never
versus
mind.
Naruto. So I was like, okay,
Tor Toriko versus Naruto. Makima has Naruto, right?
yeah. I haven't read Naruto, so yeah.
All right. Y'all two can start.
All right, Makima, you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I take fat dick.
I'm
um,
posting,
sure,
bro.
you
That's
can
gonna be
you can
posted
you
on
can
YouTube,
go.
man.
Sure, you can go first. You want to go? You want to start with like speed?
Nah, man, you can go first. You're good, bro.
I'm not, bro. I think Naruto's scaling is a lot more familiar than fucking Toriko's scaling. You should
Yeah,
go
bro,
first.
you go first. You go first. You're good. You know, you proposed the debate. I think you should go
All right,
first.
tell me where you're scaling Toriko, so I know at least.
Uh, on the tiering system and on the speed tiering system.
Are you serious right now, bro?
Yes.
All right, bro. Just tell me like where you gonna get him, right? So I know. Like,
As high as physically possible. There you go.
all right. So do I need to get Naruto to outer or some
All
shit or
right, bro.
like?
Chill out. So I'm going to get his physical speed to MFTO plus, while I'm
Okay,
going to his hacks at a different speed.
okay. Are you gonna say like his hacks are like instantaneous or some shit?
Uh, it's along those lines.
Okay. Is there any passive hacks?
Yes, I have about 3 of them.
Hmm. 3 passive hacks. Okay. Um. You want to like do some sort of like SBA?
We could equalize AP if you wanted to, but yeah, we can do SBA. Yeah.
Equalize AP? No need.
Okay.
Um. Okay. So so I guess Central Park is like the neutral battleground. Are you fine with that?
Well, the neutral battleground is like what, 4 kilometers apart? I don't think it's usually Central Park.
I thought it was Central Park on
No,
VSB.
that's like sometimes when it's stated. I'm about to look at the SBA. Carrot assumptions.
4 kilometers is kind of crazy.
Is it 40? Is it 4 kilometers or 40? Yeah, the characters start away from each other. At the highest of fighters is 4 kilometers. So like, let's say they start about 20 meters apart from each other. That's fine.
20 meters apart.
Yeah, but the
Um,
entire battlefield is 4 kilometers.
how battlefield is cool. That's so weird. Like, why would you? That's so weird. Like, oh shit, the
But
whole.
that's what they use as an example for starting distance. They said the
All right,
max.
you wanna? We'll do like 50 meters. You cool with that?
Okay, that's fine. It's so SBA, blah 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 blah. All right.
I have no idea how
Oh,
Toriko works, but
what state of mind they gonna be in? They gonna be bloodlusted, or they gonna be in
state of
character?
mind. I don't. So bloodlusted is kind of a stupid term. You can just like say killing intent, because obviously bloodlusted means that you're kind of like in a blind rage to kill, and that could like inhibit your like I guess thinking process. So I
Okay,
think killing intent is like a lot better term.
okay, killing
Yeah.
intent.
So killing intent, obviously my character wants to banish your character to hell, right?
Like my character just wants to send your character to like the Shadow Realm or some shit.
Yeah, but too bad that wouldn't happen. Anyways,
All right, deal.
okay, sure.
All right, go. Not, I didn't mean to call you a nigger, but I was like calling the troll move. Like you scale first, bro.
It's cool, bro. Oh, by the way, I'll be using anime and
Yo,
manga. You
chill
cool
out
with
with the
that?
slurs, bro.
Yeah, okay, so I'll be using anime and manga. You cool with that?
I'm okay with the anime canon. I don't know about filler.
Anime canon?
Yeah,
What?
because using SBA, you're using the strongest canon versions of the characters.
Canon? Okay. Sure. Alright.
Anime canon, manga canon.
Anime canon. Anime canon, manga canon. Okay, so if it's an anime and it's not filler, then it's anime. It's canon. If it's in the manga, obviously there's no filler in the manga, so it'd be
I'm
canon.
about to say majority of the manga isn't filler, so yeah, it is.
I don't even think there's filler. Can manga even have fucking filler?
I don't think it can. It's mainly animes that have filler. You know, the whole space between episodes.
Y'all two should
Okay,
start the debate, bro.
how we should do it is just like we should go speed for speed, hacks for hacks. Yeah, speed for speed, hacks for hacks, and then AP for AP. You fine with that?
But remember that statement that I made about his hacks being faster than him? Do you want me to do that while I'm doing my speed?
No, you don't need to. You can just do your hacks separately from your speed when we go on the hacks.
That's completely fine. All right, you can go first, man.
Okay.
Where we see this game, I just thought about that.
Okay. So are you aware that Minato's technique is an instantaneous teleportation, where he basically goes into a subspace and he doesn't actually traverse the distance. He goes from point A to point B um, in no time. Or do you need the scans for that?
Teleportation is instantaneous.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Are you
in his is at least.
are you trying to say Minato scales to his teleportation, or is it just
Scales are well. He's able to. He's basically when he teleports, he's put in the subspace, and he's blatantly able to like move in the subspace. And if his technique is like blatantly instantaneous, then that means that the time frame between him going from point A to point B wouldn't exist, meaning it'd be zero time. Meaning if
okay?
he's moving in the subspace, it'd be inaccessible speed.
Oh, we're using character stats.
Oh shit. Wait,
I'm
is
not
that
saying
fine?
inaccessible isn't on VSBD. I mean, we can use character stats. I have no problem with that.
All right, for sure. All right. Um, you have contentions with that, or we send
So,
scans?
damn, I
Rah.
wish you had Naruto. I'll give you inaccessible speed Minato. I think I can fight for this one.
Okay, sure. I'm sure you're aware that people scale are blatantly able to scale above Minato in speed, considering people like GB Dar are able to like basically blitz Minato with a nigh infinite chakra and slap his arm off. And obviously we know people like Obito, like 14-year-old Obito, are able to basically um go like sort of relative with Minato. You agree that Naruto's a Hokage's Naruto's faster than Minato, right?
I mean, yeah, that's fine. But you were saying something about nine infinite because like I heard you, then my mic cut, like my sound cut out. You mind
Oh,
reinstating?
the night infinite chakra was a non-point. It was just kind of just like an additive. But
Okay.
okay, so obviously you agree Hokage Naruto's above Minato. That's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Um, so Naruto would have inaccessible speed, right?
Okay.
Okay. You want to go over your speed or?
Yeah, that's completely fine. So, Toriko is able to fight in a place that has no concept. Not no concept. That's the wrong space. Let me chill out. Or basically a place that has no flow of time, known as the hard back channel, where time is at complete zero, and he's able to move in that space. I'll send scans.
Okay.
Which, if I get this past you, that'd be granting inaccessible speed. Give me a second.
Okay.
God damn, I wish I had my phone. I hate scrolling through my scan server. This shit is stupid. Oh, scaling.
Bro said MFTL talking about inaccessible speed. Bro, get out of here, man. Like, fuck out of here.
Listen, I thought you were getting Naruto like MTL Plus, and I was like, damn, we using character stats. Let's go. I can use inaccessible.
Hey, okay. Well,
The ratting goes crazy.
Oh, where we sending scans at? It's not ratting.
You can send in scans too, because they're sending in scans 1.
Okay. I mean, it's not ratting. I mean, I'm not necessarily lying about the scale.
I was saying ratting on the Naruto scale part.
Oh,
Whoa, that's kind of cap.
I didn't want to argue that it was the instantaneous part of like, oh, it could just be instantaneous to the other opponent, because then it just lead to a battle of semantics, and I don't feel like that shit today.
Oh no, like it's verbatim. Like the technique is just beyond the concept of space and distance. In context, it'd be referencing instantaneous movement, and it's said to be instantaneous movement as well. But yeah, okay. So cool. The King's pause commencement. Okay, what's the context of the first scan? Like, what is it? What is this talking about?
He's using hard back channel, which allows him to activate a space with zero time. So basically, what back channels are spaces warp spaces in time, or spatial distortions where you're able to move time as fast as you want, like 1,000 years a second, or like zero divided by zero. Like time is completely null, or time cannot exist at one point. I can give you scans for those if you would like them.
Okay, sure. Where does it? Oh, say so you're saying because it's an infinitely compressed space, then it wouldn't have time?
No, this is the time is completely null here. Like that's what the hard back channel is.
Wait,
It's
let me.
Instantly
Which
compressed
part does it? Am I reading this wrong? Which scan says time is like null?
space. Time is null within the scans, but I was referring that. I'm about to send that. Give me a
Wait, did you was that in the second scan where it says time is null?
it along with the back channel scan. Here you go.
Okay. Mm-mm-mm.
Fuck is the back channel scans at? Good lord.
Oh, Goji, do you want to judge or? Yo, Goji.
Sorry. Sure. I guess I could judge. I was
Okay.
far away from my phone. I was listening on an AirPod, so I had to run across the fucking house. It was funny.
Damn. Kind of too big to be running, but it's fine.
Nah, bro. You're the fucking fat one, bro. The
What
Burger
is
King
bro?
himself.
The Burger King, bro. You're literally built like the Jack in the Box mascot, bro. Like what?
What? Where are you getting your sources from, bro? I don't even know
Bro,
what he looks like, bro.
I'm literally
Look,
reading your social security card right now, like, bro. Like,
my
Nah, you're
social security.
damn.
You're
Where the fuck is
rot-
zip to? There it
you're
is.
fucking rotund ass big booty. I'm kidding. That shit is gay.
whoa, whoa, what?
Damn it.
Hold on. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Let me know when you send it.
Alright, I'm finna send it. Shit. 1 second. Snip tool and shit. There you go. So basically, to explain these scans that I have just sent, uh, basically there are points within the back channel where he even is infinitely compressed space there that time almost flows at zero. Then there's a point. Also a place in there where time does not exist at all. Which is set in the second. It's set in the second set of scans that I sent. And
First, wait. I'm confused. You said the first what?
so remember the first three scans I sent. It's set in
Yeah.
the second set. So the two I just sent, it's the first scan. Bro, Omniversal. Let me get $2.
Damn, I wasn't even VC for a minute, bro. I
Yeah,
just joined. I
you know,
just joined Afro. So I just joined Afro. Not,
Yo, they're
not
debating.
even.
Shut up.
I mean, he can talk. It feels kind of.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it says that was once called the place where another transcended the speed of light. Okay. What is that in reference to?
I mean, this can be accessed by transcending the speed of light. That's it.
Current. Okay. Do you know theoretically, if you actually were to go faster than the speed of light, time would stop, and actually you would time travel? This is probably just in reference to how like to enter this you have to like go a certain speed, therefore time wouldn't flow. The verse would just follow like the theory of relativity, and it wouldn't be actually like one second.
You muted?
Sec. He said 1 second, so I'm right
Alright, my bad, bro. My sister just knocked on the door. Alright, where was I? Right. So you saying to get in this place, so they're talking about the back channel?
there. On the Spirit World, Time Zero, they all fall within the back channel. Either way,
What happened?
I said they all fall within the back channel.
I'm confused because the second scan seems like it's contradicting this the first set of the second set of scans, right? The second of the second set, right? Where it says called time zero, where the flow of time is almost non-existent. Isn't that contradictory to your initial scan that the concept of time and space doesn't exist?
No, there's different places within the back channel, which means in different sections, time does not exist.
Okay, so who's making this claim about like only in there do the concepts of time and space not exist? Like who's making this claim?
Someone who's held residence within the Spirit World itself. You know the statement
Wait,
where it says
you said what?
someone who's held residence within the Spirit World itself.
Hold residence? What if this can just be like referring to like how like their perception of like time and space is warped? Therefore, they'd be like making the claim that oh yeah, time and space, the concept doesn't exist.
Repeat your statement one more time.
You said what?
Repeat your statement one more time. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I said like what if this just like is referring to how like it warps their like perception of like time and space, therefore like he claims, oh yeah, it's like non-existent in this world. So I'm saying like when you enter this place, obviously it might just like warp your perception of time and space due to there being like lack of time and space. Not completely gone, but just there being like like
No, like
minimal amounts.
there's no basis behind this possibility. And besides,
No. I
there's
think it's like interpretation. I don't think we have to like necessarily take this like super hyper literally in this sense. I'm just providing an alternative possibility of what the scan could be.
I mean, but also we can like go along. I can send other scans that the ruler, and matter of fact, one of the kings, also Don Sly, even states the fact that there is no concept of gravity, along with the fact that there's no space and time in another scan, which I can
No
send across.
concept, no space and time.
I mean,
Okay, so having no space and time like is different from having no concept of space and time.
that's what I was referring to when I said space and time. I
Okay,
can,
no, but in this set of scans, it says the concept of time and space doesn't exist. So if you're like attempting to like use like supporting evidence of like a scan saying that no time and space exists, right? That'd be contradictory to the second scan that you got, that the concept doesn't exist.
I just literally explained that there are different places in back channel where time and space do flow, almost not flow, they don't exist completely.
Okay, so did they enter this world?
Who, Toriko?
Yeah, are they like?
I can show you. Hold on.
Well, let me ask you this: like, is it are they in the place where are they in the place where specifically the part where that doesn't have the concept of space
Yep,
and time?
they are within the back channel of the Spirit World. I can send you those scans.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, hold on. How much time I get to send scans? So, at most, I probably need like 3 minutes.
All right, that's fine.
Alright, thank you. It's been pretty nice during this debate. Everybody else likes to, get
Yeah.
happy sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, Naruto caps at FTL plus, man. Inaccessible is crazy.
That's crazy. Also, I do want to say this is very contradictory. I don't want to shotgun you, so I'll bring this up after you provide this game.
Minato's beyond the concepts of speed.
Raw.
Oh, boy.
Did bro say raw?
Damn right, buddy.
Let me find out this nigga MK a furry.
He
Watch your
definitely
mouth,
is.
buddy.
His favorite verse is Naruto, and he like turns into animals a lot of the time.
Are you
Coach,
serious
don't you
right
watch
now?
Bleach? Don't you?
Yeah, Bleach is heat, bro.
Nah, that shit called Clorox.
Facts.
No, I should ban you for that.
No, you
But
should
I'm
ban him for
not.
that fucking
But I'm
joke.
not
That shit was
Kohen
terrible.
Nichols, bro. I'm not Kohen, so I can't, bro. Special perms. So join the Discord server. Link in bio. Oh my god. Kohen told me he makes toast sometimes at like 2 in the morning.
I sent the scans. This is Toriko Spirit World talking. Not Toriko.
Watch
Yeah,
your shot.
Toriko in the Spirit World talking to Komatsu, who was moving and drinking. And so
Okay, my phone's going crazy because it's like low. But okay, why would this be the specific place that is referring to like the concept that like I guess the concept of time and space is vacant? Like, why would this be the specific place other than like the other parts that has like
literally,
almost non-existent time?
chapter before is them entering that place. I can send this.
You-
Matter of fact, I'll send you the chapter.
Okay, I do want to point out a contradiction. Um, do you know what speed is? This is not
Yes,
a rhetorical question.
speed
Yeah, so
equals
it's distance.
time.
Yeah, it's distance over time. So, like, if you said that to get to this place, you need to basically transcend the speed of light, right? So, to get to, I don't think that it's possible to get to a place that is lack of basically, basically what this is saying is to use speed to get to a place where the concept of speed is irrelevant. That makes no sense.
Arguing inaccessible. I'm not arguing irrelevant. So
No, but I'm saying it's a contradictory in itself. Because I'm saying that okay, well, if this place truly doesn't have the concept of time and space, how could you travel to a place where that has no concept of this thing with the very concept that's non-existent? It's like trying to use time magic in a place where there is no time.
well, I mean, in this verse, time, space, and time have no like true connection like the theory of relativity would. Even once they leave this place, they reference the fact that no time has passed, as they literally state you just went in.
You said what?
I said once they okay, so you know in the theory of relativity, time and space are coercively connected, right? In this
Mm-hmm.
in this universe, it's more shown facts that the theory of relativity does not exist here, due to the fact
Okay.
that like there's people that travel faster in light and then don't time travel, and then due to the fact that once they leave this place, dude that was waiting outside for them literally states you just went in, giving more believability that time and space don't exist here.
Well, okay, if he's saying you just went in, that can just be a reference of how, do you know how like the hyperbolic time chamber has like sort of like a different flow of time and like how like
Yeah,
10
different.
minutes in the real world will be like 30 years in there or like reverse or vice versa or some shit. It could just be like a case of that of like where the time flow is just like differently. It doesn't necessarily have to be like lack of like time in itself. And I don't think you properly defeated the point that I'm saying that how would you transcend, how would you use speed to get to a place where there is no speed? It just makes no sense. It's completely contradictory in itself.
Okay, to get
Because if speed is distance over time, what?
to get completely, are you referring to the another statement?
I'm the one that you sent.
Okay, so basically what happens with that is the fish transcends the speed of light and gets eaten by a whale that has an access to the spirit world. That's literally, I can show you where that happens.
Wait, I'm confused.
So
What
basically
happened?
what happens is the fish transcends the speed of light, then gets eaten by a whale who's another entrance to the spirit world.
Another entrance
That
to
shit
the
makes no sense, does it? It sounds so fucking stupid.
okay. That's what I'm saying. It's a contradiction. I
It
mean, let's just say your
sounds
character is above conventional logic.
he transcends the speed of light. Matter of fact, let me just show you. It's easier if I show you.
Yeah.
The moon. See if I can find the scans without actually like having to go to the shit. Damn.
Goji, you've been paying attention, right?
Goji, I hope you've been paying attention because this shit finna get real
Yes,
fucking
yes,
hard.
yes, yes. Remember,
Yeah.
I
Sit up
need
in
to
your
run across my house.
matter of fact, sit up in your chair, bro. What's wrong with you?
Sit up in your chair.
Oh, like I want to eat toast.
Of course you want to eat toast, you big bitch.
Bro, what? I didn't eat anything today because I've been talking to you all day. In fact, I've been munching on shit.
Oh my gosh, munching on your mama's booty. Shit tastes
Hey,
like
everybody who's
scrumptious.
listening, how are y'all doing today?
Damn, bro.
What
Just
happened?
admitted to eating shit, bro.
I said to everyone who's listening, how are y'all doing today?
Good.
Good, bro.
MK, why are you talking about McDonald's all the time?
McDonald's? Nobody said McDonald's, you fucking
I did,
Nikki
nigga.
avocado business bitch.
No, man.
I-
You talk about it all the time.
Bro, I just ate
Every
a
second, it's like
Domino's
you want a
sandwich,
quarter
bro. That
pounder
shit
with
was
cheese.
Oh my gosh, bruh. You're a fucking 400-pounder with cheese. You smell like cheese.
not gonna lie.
Bro,
Domino's
that cheese
sandwiches
came
are
from your
good.
belly fat, bro. Your folds are squeezing out. That's just nasty.
By the way, I do want to know. So with this whole infinitely compressed space scan, where's this space? Where is this talking about? Like,
Channel, he references it. Like, he literally states, this is the back channel I made for my evolved form. There you go. Like,
okay, so there is space. So I guess that's another contradiction. The scan,
I mean, it's not a
bro.
contradiction.
Yeah, it is. If it's infinitely compressed space, that means there's still space. It's just infinitely compressed.
Well, no, there are different points within the back channel. I stated that earlier.
Bro, how many? Well, okay, how many damn points is there, bro?
Not different points, but different places. But besides, I'm already showing Toriko moving in the spirit world. So
Are
that
these places connected?
yes and no.
Yes and no. What does that mean?
Uh, they're connected, but not in the way that like they connect to each other physically. They connect to each other through the essence of the concept of back channels, according to King Enma.
Okay, so okay.
Oh, moving in the gateway.
What's the topic?
Naruto versus Toriko.
Yeah,
Don't
So
know who
far,
I don't know who that Toriko guy is. No.
oh, he's Afro's PSP, but
my PFP.
And I do want to say
um,
there's like multiple contradictions in this.
also
Basically
real
they
quick,
refer to
to
yeah.
Black, to Goku Black. I mean, Makima has inaccessible speed Naruto, and Afro's trying to get inaccessible speed Toriko right now. So
Shit.
And I do want to say that there's a contradiction in this scan. They refer to that like sort of like place where like there's like no concept of time and space. They refer to it as a place, which is contradiction in itself because like all a place is a particular position or point in space. So I think that's
I mean,
another contradiction.
space because it's what is it? They reference it as a place because they have to name it. I mean, it obviously has people who reside within it, so obviously the people who reside within it are going to come up with a name for the said place they reside. It's
I
like
mean,
how
yeah, but
you call it what your house, right?
what happened? It's like calling my house a house, but it's not a house. Like it just makes no sense.
Well, I'm showing throughout this point in the series, there's a lot of things that sound contradictory, but end up making sense narratively.
Okay, well,
So, but I'm about to send them scans that I was mentioning earlier. Hold on. Oh, but you can continue what you were saying because I got one more to send. So.
okay. Um, What was I gonna say?
377, 352.
Oh yeah, and obviously these people are existing inside of like a dimension where like there is space, right? And they're entering something that so-called doesn't have space, even though their bodies take up space. It's contradictory in itself as well.
I mean,
So
that's
it's just,
not necessarily contradictory.
yeah.
You know, like the Limbo or the House of Ideas within Marvel and DC.
No, I don't.
Okay, so those places are places without the concept of space and time, but there's still like footholds for people to stand on. You could say that would be
Well,
contradictory, but
I'd address that in like a different way, but like I think that's like a sort of like a different sort of thing where I'd have to address that if I were obviously arguing against that in that case. Like, so I could just argue it entirely, just like wouldn't be true. So
where the fuck is it
by
at?
the way, if you ever want to surrender on this point, it's 100% fine. I'll give you MFTL, but like I said, that's only if you lose this point, of course.
Yo, what's the debate?
It's Naruto versus Toriko.
Bet, 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 bet.
Oh, bro, didn't like fucking Toriko stalemate Luffy, bro? Like, stop playing.
I mean, Goku was there too, though.
Wait, that's when, hold on, before we start that bullshit, that's when Toriko was like island level. Therefore, Luffy's island level, Goku's island level, and like
Nah, I
everybody
just
else.
asking a character. That was just asking.
There you go. I sent my scans.
Okay.
Saying three Goku, obviously.
Okay, bro sent. Okay, that's a lot of
Is
scans.
that sperm?
All right,
Only 3. Calm down.
all right. Don't make. Okay, they're also referring to this place as a dimension. Dimension is just like a set of spatial
It's
coordinates. That's also another contradiction.
It's they're referencing as a place. That's why they call it a dimension. Like I can, if the rulers and creators of this state, there's no concept of space gravity, that would hold more statement than as Komatsu referring it as a dimension, who's been alive for like what is it, the quintillionth of its time span. I don't even know. Bro's just like a desolate. You know how like the universe has been around so long, and then like the Earth has been around for like a quarter of it, maybe like a 10,000th of it. It's like referring to that. If I had to use an analogy,
Let me ask you, in this scan where it's like sort of like this black hole sucking everything up, like what is this? Like is that the place where no concept of space or time?
it's Moon. He connects his stomach connects to the place with no concept of space or time. Because as in the second I put it says no matter how many ingredients from the whale king Moon's stomach without any flavor set around blah blah blah. Basically, the ingredients that he's slicing up in the spirit world come from the whale king's stomach.
Yeah, so in this instance, I'd say that like space and time obviously just like work different because I pointed so many like contradictions and like logic. So I guess you could say that in this instance, in this verse, they don't operate under those um terms correctly. Because obviously, like I'll give you an example. Like if I have something that's like speed of light, and like obviously it like this speed of light gets hypothetically blitzed by like the speed of lightning. Obviously, we can assert that okay, well, it's either this lightning is faster or this speed of light just isn't the speed of light,
I
right?
mean, that's
So
completely
it
fine. But they
you
have
said
stated,
what?
but I mean, what you're saying would be fine if they didn't have stated speeds for both of those elements.
What do you mean?
In this series, there are stated speeds for both of those elements.
No, that wasn't the point of the analogy. I was just saying if something's shown to like work differently in a lot of senses, I don't think we can assert it has the same properties. So
Yeah,
if
but
you're
this-
saying like real quick,
I'm
so
sorry.
yeah, it's all good. So if you're saying like in this instance, okay, no concept of space or time, therefore like a measurable speed, yet like space just completely operates under like different principles in this verse. I don't think we can like attribute like speed tiers to him in this instance.
Would space work completely differently in this instance? If you mind
Well,
explaining.
because they're just often. I mean, do you understand how like the author often uses like characters as devices to like portray information, and like them like referring to this place as a place, right? Which is a set point in space, and like as a dimension, which is just a set space of a set point in like some spatial coordinates, right? Even though it has no concept of this. And then I also pointed out the contradiction of, okay, well, how are you gonna use speed to get to a place that like transcends what speed in like entirely like entails?
I literally
So I
stated
just think that
I
what?
stated to attack that last point that you just said before we go on to the other ones. I stated why him transcending the speed of light and then going through a whale's stomach, which is connected to the dimension, would like completely negate that point of how can you transcend the speed of light to reach this point. You know that little how can you use speed to transcend or wait how can you use speed? I want to make sure I say this correctly. How can you use speed to get somewhere that transcends speed? I gave you a reason why. All he did was get sucked up by
Well, yeah. hmm
whale or a moon.
Yeah.
What do
I don't. I mean, what does the whale do? I'm confused. Like, is the space a whale? Like,
no, the
like
whale is a connection. So the whale's stomach is another gateway into the spirit world.
another gateway to the spirit world. Well,
Yeah,
it's also I do want to say that like in this instance, like this so-called like place where space and time doesn't exist, it's clearly like sucking things up as if it was like a vacuum. So it's
wait,
taking things with
wait,
space,
no,
right?
no, no. Its stomach is another dimension. That doesn't mean the outer exterior is above the concept of space and time. And
I'm
also,
confused.
okay, so
Isn't is it not sucking things in there?
it's sucking things in there. Yes.
Okay, so that's my point. My point is that okay, well these things have space, obviously depicted as space, like, and they're getting sucked into a place that has no concept of time or space. Do you know if there's a place? Do you know what no concept of time and space means? It means it's basically non-existence, or it just be dimensionless. So if I'm saying that completely contradiction. It's a contradiction to what having no time and space means, because essentially we're putting things with space in time inside of something without space. Like it just makes no sense. That's why it kind of further like aids my argument in the sense that like okay, well if something's shown to be like to work different in this instance, I don't think like we can assert that it has like the same principles. Like in this instance, like space would just mean something else, time would mean something else, because obviously it's portrayed to be like something else. If you get what I'm saying.
Yes, sir. To address the fact that you said they're putting things with space with inside of things without space, or did you say it the other way around? You
Well, obviously we're not putting things with no space inside of stuff that has space. It'd be the other way around. In this instance, they're attempting to put things with space, inside things that don't have space, which would be literally non-existent. It'd be just makes no sense.
you're talking about the fact that there are people walking around in a space with no space.
Not only that, just like sure. I guess you could sum it up to that.
Okay, so my question to that is, like, why can people like that, or why are people like that not being able to exist with no space? Why is it? What's the word? Why can't people like that exist in a space with no space? Like, I don't really see the problem with it.
So
Especially,
okay. So how do I give you an analogy? Something that takes no space up
right?
would essentially be nothing. Like, how can you fit something into nothing? It's
Oh, wait, wait.
like I don't know if you like see the contradiction or anything, but like you can't fit something into nothing. You can't fit something with space into something with no space. So that's why I'm saying in this instance, like obviously space and time just entails something completely different. Did I lag out?
You ain't like yo, bro. You good?
Oh, okay.
Nah, blick, block, blick.
Oh, my leg hurts, bro.
You're saying because something's in. So basically, what you're saying is because there's something that has space inside of a realm without space, it can't fit in there.
It can't exist in there.
I mean, you can exist. It's shown here, and also there's multiple other like fictional
Well,
media.
that's like circular. That's a bit circular because, like, essentially, I'm saying, well, it can be in there, right? This
Yeah.
place or dimension, right? But this dimension wouldn't have lack of time and space. The concept.
Okay, so basically, to attack this point, when it says concept of space, it means like dimensionality, as you can like pinpoint it on a coordinatal or a coordinatal axis, like X, Y, and Z. So like to say it has no concept of space and time, this would like give more indication that it surpassed it or it's above it, as there is space, but you saying that like, oh, hold on, you saying there's people can't exist in a space that doesn't have space. That would give more indication that the space is zero dimensional. Why this doesn't have the split concept of space or nor time, giving more indication that this space is above the concept of space and time or dimension.
Repeat what you said about that zero dimensional, because zero dimensional is like essentially non-existent.
Exactly, that's what I was referring to. You're saying they would be non-existent due to the fact that they
Mm-hmm.
could exist here. This would mean more that place is above the concepts of space and time rather than it being below it
Okay,
or having it in general.
Afro. That didn't respond to what I said.
Okay. Well, how does it not respond to what you said?
Because I pointed out the contradiction. You didn't like. You're just saying, okay, well, that just further proves that there's no concept of space and time. But like that doesn't address like the contradiction I pointed out for why it can't be the case.
Contradiction you pointed out.
Mm-hmm.
What was the contradiction you pointed out?
You know, remember space being inside no space.
Space being inside no space. Hold up. I thought it was the other way around. It's not a space being inside no space. It's a
Oh,
space.
I meant, yeah, space
Oh,
being inside no space.
and hold on, to attack that, are we referring to the Moon King or the whale?
Hmm?
Are we referring to the whale? Because you know how I said it suck and stood in, and then it connects to another dimension or another, gateway to access the spirit world. Are we referring to that when you say that?
No, okay. So you're saying that they moved in a place where there's no concept of time or space, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm saying like all these characters who obviously take up space, which you sort of agree to, right? They can't go in a place that has no space. Because you can't put space inside of no space.
But that's referring to that would mean that the spirit realm doesn't exist, which it does, because you're like referring more towards non-existence.
No, I'm
Rather,
saying I'm saying like the time and space statement just isn't we don't have to take it hyper literal in this sense because it would make completely no sense. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm saying that if you were what you're asserting to be the case, if that were true, then it essentially wouldn't exist. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying that statement of it being of having no time or space, right? It just isn't true. Because obviously it's depicted to have space. It's referred to as a dimension, which is a set of spatial coordinates, and as a place, which is just a set point in space. So it's like three major contradictions.
point in space. I never. Hold on. When did I give indication that it was a set point in space?
Oh, that's just the definition of a place.
Oh, and besides, I gave my rebuttalment to what a place was. I said a place could just be reference for where you reside or what something is. And obviously, it's a concept, but there's a place beyond the concept of space or time. And
No, but you said to be referring to what something is.
yeah, what
No,
something is.
no space, no time. That's
Yeah.
nothing. You can't
Also,
refer to nothing as something. And
the man who made that place refers to it as that. He refers to it as a place. So if a man who made a place without the concepts of space or time refers to it,
wait. How do you make something that doesn't exist?
you just said you not saying it doesn't exist. We went over this. You just said
No,
it.
under your interpretation, it doesn't exist.
No, I said you're putting it as it doesn't exist. I stated that this place is above the concepts of space and time, and I've shown why. or I've given more reasons why.
No, I told you why it's just not the case and it's not applicable. You still haven't responded to that specific reasoning.
I did respond to that. I'm pretty sure I did. I mean, we could go back
Okay.
and read the recording, but I'm not like 90% sure positive I did.
You didn't. I mean, I'll reiterate you to see if you can like respond to it. So, if there's no concept of space or time, right, in this so-called place, right? How can things with space fit inside a place where there's no space?
That's what my okay. I know how I rebutted that. I said the place is simply above the concepts of space and time, which
Bro,
means
wait,
hold
wait,
on, wait. Let me finish. Things with lower dimensionalities can walk around in it. That was basically what I
why?
was saying.
But space is contingent for their existence. How can you walk in a place where there isn't this
Hold on.
necessity?
The fact that you just said, the fact that they're walking around in it would mean that space is not contingent upon their
That's
existence.
that's not no,
The
because I
fact,
could just say the opposite. I'm saying the fact that they're walking in it, that just means that there's no time. There is time and space.
no.
It
Fact,
goes both ways, Afro.
would you okay? Well, I can allocate more reasons why there's no concept of time or space. Then you can allocate more reasons why
I
them
think
walking.
there's too big of a contradiction for you to just like completely ignore. I don't think you'd have bigger reasoning to the fact that it's completely contradictory to walk in a place when you're literally made up of space that has no space or
And then
time. And
we're going.
also, wait, I can point out another contradiction. Do you know what the definition of like basically time means?
Okay, what's the definition of time?
It's basically the indefinite continued progression of like existence, right? If you're able to like move, right? If I moved in this place, right, that means I had actions. That means cause and effect still exists. Cause and effect is contingent off of time. So, right, if these people are able to move in this place as well, right, that would mean time exists, right? If they're able to exist in this place when they're made up of space, then that means space would exist. If they're referring to the dimension as a dimension, right, then it's just some spatial coordinates. If they're referring to it as a place, then it's a set point in space. So there's just multiple contradictions to your like interpretation that there actually is no concept of time or space.
Okay, so I'm a. I don't know if this is that fallacy, but I don't even think it exists. But the more of the point, this is appeal to reality. As we know, fiction doesn't go by the same standards that we do. But this series does have some things set within our what is it, real world aspects, as they have almost the exact same speed of light we do, almost the exact same speed of lightning that we do. But the fact that people can
Yeah.
exist in a place that doesn't have what is it, a place that has no concept of space or time, which you say would be contingent for their existence
Okay.
and move around it, means that this does not follow that contingency of
Okay. Let me.
that thing of space or time.
Mhm.
So I don't really see your point behind
Let
that.
me ask you this: are you asserting that the definition of space is our real world definition, or is it some alternate fictional definition of space? Because like if you are, then I think that would be an appeal to reality in this sense.
You said
Because
what?
okay, so are you using the real world definition of space?
Okay,
Because
well,
you said I appeal to reality in this and with my art via my argument. Or I'm just asking if you are trying to apply the real world definition of space and time.
I'm just applying the argument that you used, which you saying. Hold on. Say that one more time.
Yeah, I'm saying, are you using the real world definition of space and time for this argument
Yeah, it's based off what we scale our characters upon.
based off of what you scale your characters upon? Okay, so
Mhm.
wouldn't that be an appeal to reality in a sense? Because I'm using real world logic to a certain extent. I'm saying this cannot exist. We cannot demonstrate this to exist, fiction or non-fiction. Like I don't know how you would begin to draw something with one second.
Shit, I gotta go to work at 12 o'clock. I'm about to be screwed.
Okay, I'm back. My bad. What was I saying? What was I saying?
I don't remember. You'll have to reinstate what you said. I'm sorry. Or does anybody else remember?
Yeah, so I was just arguing that okay, well, it would be appeal to reality in a sense because you called it an appeal to reality because I'm using like real world logic. I'm saying I can do the same for you in this instance because you're attempting to apply the real world definition of space and time.
I said the real definition of what we use to scale our characters, which
Yeah.
is what we're scaling them by, correct? You're using
Yeah,
it.
so yeah. So I'm saying if we're gonna do that, we have to do that, right? If you're saying space operates like this, right, and time operates like that, right, and then like in this fictional verse, it just operates differently, right? And I'm pointing out the contradiction, right, when you're trying to apply the same definition. What? Yeah, so I'm pointing out the contradiction when you're trying to apply the real world definition, right? I don't see the point because you're essentially saying, okay, well, we use these set definitions to scale our characters, yet like what you're saying strays from like what these definitions actually entail. Like you can't fit space with a place with no space. We can go to conclusions. I think I made my point in this instance. I mean, unless you want to just surrender this point, and if you want, obviously, if you think you won, that's 100% fine. We could go to.
You want to go to conclusions, Afro? Well, yeah, I think Makima won this point. I think his interpretation, he was able to like show why it's more likely, and like the stuff for why why okay, this is place where they still call it a place, but fucking how should I explain it? Yeah, I think you didn't really attack that point as well as you could have. Also, Goku Black, if you shouldn't have said that in this instance too. How should I explain? Yeah,
I
you
can
know the
reiterate
argument.
I can reiterate my argument if you want, Goji, just so you can formulate.
I know the argument. I know the argument. It's just
we
I
can
don't.
go over conclusions.
It's just for that specific point. If you want to feel your character differently, I don't know. I think he pointed out how it being called a place, but it not having but in your interpretation that wouldn't really fit. I think in his interpretation it would fit better. It being called a place. And that's pretty much it. I don't know.
By the way, Goku Black, I am aware of what you put in the chat.
Yeah. No.
I don't know if wait, is he here? Or did he leave?
Wait. Wait, he's not here. Whatever. I mean, Afro, do you want to what do you want to do? You want to contest judgment? You want to scale
judgment, but after we can do it after, or we can do it now. It's regardless.
You want to scale your character differently?
Shit, hold on.
Dimensions without space. I'm really shit at fucking formulating words. I cannot say a sentence for the life of me.
Yo, who the fuck's making that noise?
For real, bro. Sounds like a monkey.
What? What's wrong with you people?
You people.
I'm that
You
nigga.
people.
You people,
Bro,
as in you racist.
We literally, bro, we got that on recording. He said you people, bro. Cancel him.
You people, as in you racist, because all of you
Nah,
guys are
nah,
racist.
you're not gonna try to clean it up. No, you're not gonna try to clean it up.
Who's you people, bro?
Bro, tell him, bro. Like, who's you people? Like, come on.
The racist.
No. We don't care.
And you don't care that you're racist. Wow. I mean, we also got that on recording, so.
Well, I didn't say that.
That's hella gay.
Yeah, nah, too late. What's hella gay?
Oh, okay, I got it. I got it.
Yeah, being racist is hella
Uh,
gay. Alright,
Oh, I do want to say, Afro, are you gonna contest Goji's judgment or?
Hey, yeah, we can. I can contest it after the debate.
after the debate,
after
you
this
don't
After
crazy.
you don't
contested
think
it
wait like
now, I mean,
you don't
it's
think
up to
inaccessible
Goldie, bro.
Toriko would you don't think inaccessible Toriko would be helpful like during the debate too? You should probably contest it now.
It's up to you. I'm just saying, bro. I can
To
contest it
me, no,
now.
it's up to you.
I would prefer. Yes.
Yeah, well then okay. So what's your problem with it?
Basically, like he kept addressing the point of the spatial part and dimensions, where I was arguing for inaccessible, which is the ability to move distance without whether infinite or finite or infinite in zero, finite or infinite in zero. What the fuck? This is usually finite or infinite in zero time, which is this is
Yeah.
usually achieved by moving in places outside of time or time doesn't flow. So basically he did address the points of like dimension, space and that shit. And when he had tried to address time, I gave a reason on why this wouldn't on why time wouldn't exist here. Because the dude who was outside literally just states you just went in, and then I gave the statement of the ruler saying the concepts of space and time don't exist, and he kind of bypassed those, and he went to argue on the space
Well,
point, is what we got mainly
he
stuck on.
kind of gave a separate interpretation for those statements, didn't he?
No,
I'm pretty
he
sure.
gave a separate interpretation for the space point. He didn't give one for the time point.
No,
Yes, I did.
yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that because I remember attacking what points he did make.
You want me to tell you what I said, or?
Yeah, you can say what you said.
Yeah, because I was just like, I don't know if you remember, but when I brought up like time and stuff, I was like, do you know the definition of time and stuff? I was just basically like, I was basically just like, okay, like, it's like the indefinite progression of events and stuff. I'm saying if they're I said if like they're moving and stuff, right? Like the progression of events in that certain sense would be, still flowing and stuff. If they're able to move, obviously time does exist in some sort of sense. Right? And I brought up like cause and effect and shit like that. How like it's contingent off of time. If they're able to move, cause and effect
Yeah.
exist. If cause and effect exists, time exists.
Yeah. Did you address that?
You can't. I don't think so. But
I don't. Yeah, I don't think he did because if he doesn't remember it, he probably didn't address it.
I think I did. Hold on, I'm trying to remember. I think I did address it, but it was more of that. I'm more focused on the argument of the existence being contingent upon theirs.
I'm gonna re-listen to the recording after everything's done.
I mean, yeah, that's later, but
I'd be running around
I'll
the house,
this
bro.
argument, and I'll try for like infinite speed, I guess.
infinite
Ooh.
speed.
Yeah,
Okay.
Do you think it's worth it? Because he already has inaccessible Naruto.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I argue infinite speed still. We come back to
Sure.
that point.
Like if it's inaccessible, like
Oh,
same.
bro, I'm about to.
Imagine Makima just concedes
Oh wait.
infinite Toriko because
I
Naruto
do
still
want to
does.
say. I do want to say that I think inaccessible is equal to immeasurable speed, while I don't think infinite's equal to inaccessible.
But you could just say that like according to be outside help.
Yeah. I already know. I already got my arguments.
I'm saying you don't need an argument.
That nigga a munch. He ate it for lunch. Bitch in my body, I do what I want.
Argue is bullshit. The Neo is able to throw up an infinite amount of galaxies in a span of 3 days, gives him the ability to like span things in infinite distance over a finite amount of time. Looking
Okay, after that, Neo continued unfathomable flow of ingredients was enough to create an infinite number of galaxies. Yeah, so do you understand that like infinite has like multiple contexts in which it can be used? Like infinite by definition could either mean limitless or like
I mean,
boundless
like,
in extent or like a very great amount. So I think you'd have some like you'd have to provide some contextual evidence on what like what it means by infinite, because it can mean it like the very great amount can fit in the context the same as limitless. It can just be referencing how it created a very great amount of galaxies, right? Or like maybe a limitless amount of galaxies, but you'd have to provide some contextual evidence on whether that's the case.
I already have the contextual evidence, but I'll just add more to it. So like
Well,
the
wait.
so
What's
basically
the contextual evidence? Am I missing? Did you send it more, or
oh,
is it just this?
I send more, but basically the textual part would be the infinite number. So to back up the fact that infinite would mean like ever expanding or limitless in the cosmology, the series is built off of gourmet cells or gourmet energy, which allows these people, or which is basically the universal Big Bang. And well, I'm not gonna say the universal Big Bang, but what were part of the materials for the universal Big Bang. These energies are in each universe span forever and always continue infinitely, which I will send right now. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Well, basically, I do want to say that like ever expanding and like infinite in size are completely like different. If something's ever expanding, that means there's room to grow, meaning that would actually debunk your initial claim that it's infinite. Because like if something's ever expanding, you can't expand past infinite.
That wouldn't,
Essentially, you'd have something that's just ever expanding.
that wouldn't debunk the point of him throwing up infinite galaxies. It would
Yo,
actually
yes, it would.
back up the point of him being created, like the series referring to infinite or
Okay.
limitless, ever expanding, or it continues to grow for almost forever. Like that's what
Ever for almost forever. Okay,
or
so if
forever.
something, I'm gonna explain the contradiction because it's I don't know if you see it yet, but I'll make it clear. So basically, if you're saying okay, there's an infinite amount of galaxies, right? There's an infinite amount of galaxies that he created or he threw them into or whatever you're trying to say, right? Infinite amount of galaxies that exist, right? And then now you're trying to back it up with like the cosmology of like okay, well it's like expanding infinitely. If this space is like infinite in size and it holds an infinite amount of galaxies, like you can't say that it's like infinitely expanding as well because that would contradict the infinite in size. You can't continuously like, you can't have one or the other. I mean you have to have one or the other. Like you can't be infinite and ever expanding because if
And
you're expanding then it's not infinite. There's actually more room to grow to
no,
get
but hold on.
larger.
Wait. That's back towards the Big Bang, which has ever expanding energy. This is about 13.7 billion years after the Big Bang, where he proceeds to release an unfathomable flow of ingredients that's enough to create infinite galaxies. And then hold on, prior to this, he proceeds to eat through an infinite sized universe, allowing him to throw out these infinite amount of
Okay.
galaxies, infinite
So
amount
so I do want to say so it says around 13.7 billion years ago one single particle known as the Gourmet energy was born alongside the rest of the universe. Okay, so I do want to say in this instance the energy expanded until finally what does it say it's ever expanding?
that
Because
energy is
I do want to say that we don't even like actually um we don't even actually know if our universe is ever expanding because essentially that for us to
okay,
have something ever
that's a
what.
different universe. I don't understand where this is gonna go.
Wait, what? I'm confused. What are these scans for?
I'm sorry. Continue. I'm sorry.
Am I oh I'm confused.
What are you trying to say?
I was saying that are you saying this is ever expanding?
Yeah, I'm saying the universe's gourmet cells are ever expanding. Yeah.
Ever expanding.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
so
still are.
which part does it say that?
Yeah. Basically, appetite of energy continues to span even now. It's an unstoppable force. That energy is the answer of a forever unchanging truth, giving Lorelai implications that it's forever expanding because it forever
For
unchanges. That it. Okay, so the truth is that that energy expands, and that forever is unchangeable. Therefore, that
okay,
energy.
well I think you're kind of consume like assuming the conclusion of like what they're referring to like which okay, so which part says like the whole truth thing? I'm trying to read it, but I don't see it. Where?
It says it so like bottom right. The energy of appetite continues to expand even now. It is an unstoppable force. That energy is the answer, a forever unchanging truth.
Okay, the energy don't stop forced energy. Okay, yeah. So basically, right, this still doesn't really debunk what I was saying in the sense that like even if I were to say like okay, well this is like forever expanding, right? It can Are you trying to say this is like infinite speed or some shit?
No, I'm saying it's infinite speed because he was able to, like, span an infinite amount of infinite distance within a finite time. But then also,
Infinite distance with a
asked
finite
me,
time.
he asked me to back up the point of like expanding being limitless, ever expanding forever,
Okay.
blah, 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 shit like that. That's what the
Mm-hmm.
ever expanding shit was trying to back up.
Yeah.
And
Okay. So I don't doubt that if this was truly ever expanding, ever expanding, sure, it could be the source can be like infinite, obviously, because you can't have something forever expanding without having the source being infinite. But the fact is that since right, there's the room to actually expand, right?
right,
It can be like forever expanding. That's completely fine. But that still is a contradiction to the point that to the part that he um you said he threw him into an infinite amount of galaxies, right?
he threw up an infinite amount of galaxies.
Yeah, so the universe is in reference on how it forever expanding, right? The only way that the universe could have an infinite amount of galaxies when it's obviously forever expanding is for it to expand at an infinite for it to expand an infinite amount of time. It would take an infinite amount of time for this unit to have an infinite amount of galaxies, right?
See that?
So I'm saying in this instance, since it's ever expanding and it's not a truly infinite size, right? It's just forever going, right? It's not you can't have an infinite amount of galaxies in this instance.
I mean, you can. That would be completely fine if he hadn't eaten through an infinite universe already, which is what these ingredients are. An infinite universe, which he ate through, which can throw the unfathomable infinite amount of what is it, galaxies.
Okay. So this is
This is
in reference to how it's like just forever expanding. It's not literally infinite. You'd agree, right?
I'm not talking about the universe. I'm talking about his attack or his infinite speed thing. Okay,
No,
that's
no, I understand that, but like we need to address the universe part because if you don't think is this ever expanding or is the size infinite? Which one?
the side. It's forever. So what you asked me to prove was the back of what infinite means. So infinite in Toriko's world would mean forever expanding or limitlessly continuing. Is what I was
Let me
trying to
look.
prove with these last two
Let me-
scans.
Oh, there's the problem. So
What?
even in this context, right? You can use very great amounts, right, to substitute infinite because infinite, if you search up on Oxford, it has two definitions, right? You can use very great amount to still fit in the context of like, oh yeah, there's like a shit ton of galaxies. This is like forever expanding. You don't have to take it hyper literally in this sentence. I mean in this instance, right? And like I said, I think what you proposed with like okay this universe is ever expanding, that's a clear contradiction to the universe having an infinite number of galaxies. It just you can't have I'm gonna say this again because I don't think you responded to it. You can't have an infinite amount of galaxies and a forever expanding universe.
You
If
can't.
something expands, wait real quick, you agree that if something expands it gets bigger, right?
Okay, yes.
Yeah, so if something expands, gets bigger, right? This universe forever expanding, it's just forever getting bigger. It doesn't have a true infinite size. It's just growing forever, right?
Right.
You can't have an infinite amount of galaxies in a growing forever universe.
But you
You
can't.
have to have an infinite amount of galaxies in an infinite sized universe. So that's why I'm saying it fit more my interpretation more that it's not since the universe, right? The number of galaxies is contingent off of the size of the universe. You can't have an infinite amount of galaxies inside of a finite, forever expanding universe, right? So I'm saying in this instance, instead of like the mathematical infinity, it just be referencing the definition on Oxford that it's just a very great amount. By the way, I'm not trying to be passive aggressive or none of that, bro. I'm just in debater mode or some shit.
So basically, you mind
Yeah.
showing me that definition that you
Everyone can have
said of what
conversation.
infinite is? Because looking at the Oxford definition, it says it's well. Actually, I see it. It says very great in amount or degree. Now, why is this one? I might not ask you. Why is this one interpretation more is like more viable than the ones that I've given, where it's limitless, it's endless in space, extent, or size? Which the expansion would be like more provable to the what is it, the limitless extent or the limitless expansion?
Okay, so Afro, I don't know if you're asking me to reiterate my point because I literally said why.
Yeah, basically reiterate your point. This is the last time. After that, if I do it again, you just can go to conclusion.
Okay, so in this instance, you're trying to assert there is a mathematical infinity or a true infinite amount of galaxies in this universe, right? I'm saying you cannot have something infinite inside of something that's finite and forever expanding, right? The size of the universe is no, the amount of galaxies is contingent off of the size of the universe. You can't have infinity inside of finite. It's kind of like how our last point, how I brought up how you can't have you can't have space inside of no space, right? You can't have infinite inside of finite forever expanding, right? So I'm saying it would fit my interpretation more in this instance because obviously there's the definition that's just a very great amount of galaxies, right? It'd be backed up by the fact that you can't fit infinite inside of forever expanding finite.
Okay, so let me ask you this: do you believe that something finite has a cap size?
What?
Do you believe that something finite has a cap size or like has a size
Something
cap?
anything that isn't infinite is finite, unless you're
No,
talking about
no.
like Aleph and like inaccessible cardinals and shit like that.
Wait, let's go by what the definition of finite is. Hold on. Having limits or bounds, basically. And let me see. Matter of fact, that is the only definition. Having limits or bounds. So when I refer to capped, I refer to bounded or limited. Do you believe that something finite has limits or bounds?
You said what?
Do you believe that something finite is limited or bounded? And
Limitless. I believe that anything that's finite is just not infinite. Like forever expanding, right? I'm saying that if you're trying to say like it's infinite in the sense that like it's a mathematical like infinity, meaning that like it's beyond any natural number, right? Any natural number would be something that's like finite, right? So if you're starting this to be the case, it's contradictory. Something ever expanding entails something completely different than something that's truly infinite.
well, what you're saying is kind of, I'm not going to say it kind of doesn't make sense to me. I'm trying to grasp it. Just give me a second.
Yeah, it's all good, bro. I
It's,
do want to ask Goji, do you understand my point?
Yeah, it's fine.
I believe I
Okay.
get what you're saying
Do
now.
you all do y'all two want to go to conclusions or
Oh,
not?
no, I'm going to address it real quick.
Okay.
Okay, so basically, you're saying that the universe is finite. Are you saying that something that isn't infinite is finite? Well, by the definition of Oxford, which you were using earlier, it would have the universe has limits or bounds. There's no shown point in time that if you already agree to the point that it's ever forever expanding, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means there's no shown point in this time that it's ever limited or bounded or capped in size. That means it continuously grows through every smallest
Okay.
second and to ever be real. And also
Okay. I
to address
wait. I do want to say that like that doesn't attack what I'm saying because if I brought up how a true mathematical infinity is different than something that's forever expanding. Like you could play semantics with like the definition of like finite and stuff, but that what you're entailing wouldn't be equivalent to a mathematical infinity. Forever expanding is not equatable to like truly infinite infinite in size. Like so like no matter what way you cut it, like you already agreed the universe is ever expanding. You can't have something that's forever expanding if it's already infinite. You can't fit something infinite in something finite. So it's super contradictory.
I mean,
This is I don't know if I said this earlier, but it's kind of like the point where I said that you can't have space inside of no space. You can't have infinite inside of finite.
I
If
mean,
you
you
get what
can
I'm saying.
this would just add if it's forever expanding. This flow of ingredients would just add to the expansion of the universe, which would mean the universe is now an infinite size.
Wait, what?
This the literal universe, the galaxies would add to the expansion of the universe, meaning it's now infinite size.
Infinite in size, but
Yeah,
your neglect that interpretation neglects the fact that there's another definition of infinite that fits more logically in the framework.
no, because I gave my reason that the forever expanding would fit with what? Wait, with the limitless and or basically the first definition of infinite that comes up for Oxford. Why you
Okay.
gave that a great degree, and then you never addressed the point that I said he ate through an infinite sized galaxy. Like we continue to skip over that.
Wait, you said
Not
what? But that's okay. But that, I already actually negated that like indirectly by just by saying that the contingent, that the universe, actually no, the galaxy is contingent off of the size of the universe. Like if you're asserting that the galaxy, oh yeah, it's like infinite in size. For one, that'd be begging the question if you don't provide further proof. And for two, if it's one sec, if it's contingent off of the universe's if it's contingent off of the universe size, then it's a necessity that this galaxy isn't bigger than what's it's contained inside. So it propose, if anything, it proposed more contradictions in your line of logic. I'm just about ready to go to conclusions on this because my phone is kind of getting low. I'm not gonna lie.
We can go.
Oh, you didn't go over AP yet for Naruto though. So.
Well, conclusions on
Toriko.
this point, of course.
Yeah,
I know, of course, I know. I'm saying like this is gonna take a little while longer, so your phone's gonna die.
we can go to conclusions on this point.
Charge that Android, buddy. Come on.
All
All
right.
right, watch your mouth, Shin.
I think Makima won this point. He was better able to elaborate why. Okay, so in a universe that's not infinite, he wouldn't be able to contain an infinite number of something. In this case, the galaxies. I don't think you really like addressed it as well as you could have. I think. What did you say?
I just said it would add to a forever expansion. That's what my addression was.
Yeah, but he said that if something that's infinite won't be able to like expand, be like forever expansive. I'm not forever expansive, but like
I genuinely did not hear
expanding
that.
more. He said that multiple times.
No, I didn't. Oh shit, he must not say it the way you said it because I don't.
Makima, right? You said that something that
I'm like, I don't know if you didn't hear me, but I said it like 10 times. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Right.
He did, in fact, say it like at least 3 times. Damn. Y'all gonna move to AP now or what? Or do you want to?
I can compromise on like speed if you want. Like MFTL is completely fine with me.
I don't think it mattered if he won this point because inaccessible is just beyond infinitely higher than infinite speed.
And maybe he has some passive hacks to just neg the verse.
Shit. I don't know how long. I don't know how long I'll be able to stay up. Fuck. Y'all continue debating.
All right. Afro. Is there any line of scaling you want to like put forth, or?
I mean, I'll agree to your plea of MFDL.
Okay. Okay, you want to go over AP?
Basically, get him the solar system off of his planet being able to. The destruction of his planet is equal to that, or the force of what's the word? A supernova, which exerts 10 to the power of 44 joules, which is solar system level. Hold on.
Makima, you want to just like accept that and get your character higher? Or...
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You got solar Toriko, I guess. I mean, what are you gonna do? Uni Naruto, bro?
Sure.
No,
I mean, I'm kind of like infinitely faster. But I mean, if I get Duraneg off, he kind of just loses. But
wait, so you do accept solar Toriko just to like, be 100%?
yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So you want to go over your Naruto's AP?
Here. Somebody come get her. She's dancing like a stripper.
I think we all know the argument. Just say Kaguya.
Yeah. So we agree Kaguya is boundless, right? All right.
Wait, what?
He's joking.
All right. I wasn't joking, but obviously won't get her to boundless. But
These Naruto scalers are crazy. Oh wait, he's deafened. Don't make arguments right now. Solar, but infinite speed is crazy.
oh,
Or not infinite speed.
easily.
He's MFTL. Yeah, he's MFTL. I'm tripping. He was trying to argue infinite. You know, he was trying to argue inaccessible with solar AP. That's crazy. Like, I feel like if you're inaccessible, you should be above solar. I don't know.
No, like I just didn't argue high uni because he using that
Oh,
argument that I just used was my high uni argument.
oh, okay. Bro, how many scans are you gonna get? We all know the argument. MK.
I mean, Toriko, are you aware that like Kaguya
Did you
created?
just call him Toriko?
Did I call him Toriko or am I tripping?
You did.
Bro, that
You
fucking
goofy.
name has been spinning in my head for the last hour, bro. Okay, my bad, Afro. Are you aware that like Kaguya created the space-time continuum?
I'm not aware of that.
I got you.
Long ass debate.
Yes.
Bro, I unironically don't have the scan where Kaguya has like the big truth-seeking orb.
The big
What? You want me to get that?
The most NPC scan I don't have.
You want me to get it?
I think I can find it on Google pretty easily. Let me see that shit.
Yeah, that's what I did. I already have it. Like, you want me to just post it?
Sure.
I have no idea which translation is correct. Fuck. I'll just send
I mean,
it. Whatever.
I don't need that. It's literally even like the
Whatever.
time space
Skin.
translations so mistranslation on that specific scan, but on like 10 other scans, it's referenced as like a space time. Either way. We have Obito shit referenced to be a space time.
Another one saying it was Well, shit, I know that scam. Just so goofy.
You're goofy.
Aren't we all? Especially the one who's arguing the goofy topic.
Bro, you're just a goober. Like, stop.
Well, I am the one judging the goofy topic.
You're arguing for uni with this?
Yeah.
To attack the first
Space
scan,
time.
it says.
Well, wait. Let me send more scans real quick. I need that preponderance, young nigga. All right. Okay. Yeah, this is just multiple occasions referenced to be a space time or alternate space time. Referenced by Kakashi, Sakura, basically everyone and their mama. And then, like, obviously, this is she was also gonna bust the dimension and turn it to nothing and create a new one on top of that. That's what contextually it just refers to. I do have this other translation of it saying this is the creation of a new dimension, right? I don't know if that's the right translation, but it's just sort of like a preponderance of like what contextually it's trying to put forth.
But you even sent the right. That's nice.
Oh, and I do want to say it's also referenced. The kanji used to describe the dimension is sekai. It means the world, society, or universe, right? In this context, we know it's not the world, right? Because we see astral bodies like stars, planets inside of like her dimensions. So like it can't be world as in planet. It can't be society, right? In this instant, let me send this again. It can't be society because obviously there's no group of people or civilization that lives in this one. So due to it being referenced as like a time space continuum, right? It like not following the other like I guess definitions of
That doesn't
time.
matter.
Logically, we can come to a conclusion that it means universe in this instance.
Address the
Albert, are you good?
to address the time space part, like a time space which is a 4D construct can be of any size, correct? Doesn't have
You
to be
said what?
a 4D construct. Notice a time space can be of any size, doesn't have to be the size of a universe.
I don't. Well, can you show me that?
Okay, hold on. So if you know
And
what a
in this,
you know what a space time continuum is, right?
yeah, I know what a space-time continuum
Right.
is.
So do you agree it's a four-dimensional construct?
Four-dimensional construct. Yeah, I do agree that space and time is a four-dimensional construct.
Going to that point, space and time. So like your space is like 3D, time is 1D. Time is linear, space is X, Y, Z, three-dimensional X.
Space is 3D. Time is one temporal dimension. They're fusing together into a four-dimensional continuum.
And you're close, but still, we were on the point that space-time continuum is 4D. So essentially,
Well, here I'm just trying to say that the universe. Wait, do you know the theory? Do you know what M's theory is?
what is M's theory? Are you talking about the multiverse theory, or are you talking about something else?
Multiverse theory. I don't know. Is it called the multiverse theory? But it basically goes off the principle that the universe has a container of space time that's implied to be a higher dimensional construct and stuff. Some people, but
That's what a space-time continuum is. That's what I was referring to.
yeah. But there's different theories and different interpretations of like what space and time like entails and stuff like that. Usually, it's like fourth dimensional, like no matter what. But
Okay, so like what I was about to say is to get from 3D to get to 2D from like 3D, how much do you think the gap is?
the gap from 3D. So essentially, if we had a 2D character, right, even with an infinite amount of two-dimensional energy, there'd be an inaccessible gap from the second dimension to the third dimension.
Okay,
So and there's an inaccessible gap between any dimensional difference. So like that'd be go for the same as 3D. So if your character's hypothetically infinite or high uni, your uni plus character or four-dimensional character would be an inaccessibly above that infinite 3D. So
well, I don't know. I think their power would be not in dimensionality, but
huh?
I think their power would be like not in dimensionality, though they still have a 3D physical body.
3D. Oh, they can have a 3D physical body, but have like four-dimensional durability.
I mean, you can have four-dimensional power. I don't know about that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's completely fine, but you'd have a 3D physical body. So basically, you can. What my point was, basically, you can make a four-dimensional construct the size of maybe ink pen, and it still be way above an infinite size 3D like space, infinite size 3D space due to the fact that it's uncountably infinitely below the four-dimensional construct that's the size of an ink pen.
Okay. What is that like? I don't necessarily agree with that, but like, is that supposed to defeat my point?
No, but I'm about to continue. So basically, what I was about to say is this seems like an act of hacks because it said it's done through the truth-seeking aura, which is absorbing from the scans that I've seen. It's absorbing all the chakras from the other sacrifices or the shinobi to build up a new time space. So I was going to ask you, like, does she scale to that chakra or that hacks?
Yeah. So in Naruto, all chakra is just physical and mental energy, physical and spiritual energy. So if you're able to contain this energy in your body and stuff, you'd have to scale to this. And if you're able to utilize it with your chakra control, you'd also have to scale to this as well. Because we know if people have too much chakra, right? We know they implode like Madara. Even Sasuke states that, okay, well, Madara is like exploding. It's too much chakra for him. So obviously, your body needs to have some like necessary necessary durability to contain this power. And also like Newton's like law of motion also backs this up. Like every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So obviously if you're able to like harness fourth dimensional energy or dimension busting energy, you have to be able to also be able to like handle the strain on your body as well.
Be able to handle this is what I was asking you. Because I was like, I could see the truth-seeking orb containing all that chakra, but my thing was, can Kage contain all that chakra within her body and not implode?
Contain her body.
Contain all that. That's what
I
I'm
think
asking.
that she would just have to scale to it somewhat, and I think that she does scale to it. Considering that she's the progenitor of all chakra. All chakra on Earth originated from her.
That's kind of that seems like I don't know. There's something I could say this, but I can't word it correctly. So what I'm gonna say is instead, you're saying she's the progenitor of all chakra, but more than seeing progenitor can mean different things. Like you know how Adam is the progenitor of the human race.
Well, I specifically used the word progenitor, but she's just the founder of all chakra. All chakra originated from her. She's the mother of all chakra. That's why she's called the mother of all chakra.
It's branched out. That doesn't mean she contains with all the chakra that would ever exist.
Wait, bro, whose mic is that? Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, kill Omniversal now. Die.
Niggas say fuck awkward.
Yeah, but like I was saying, just because she's like the beginning point of chakra, that doesn't mean there would be like no backup proof, or from what you sent, to prove that she could contain all the chakra that would ever exist throughout like chakra's entire existence.
Yeah, I already gave reasoning on why she should be able to like how she's able to like utilize it, and the fact that her body needs to like be able to like contain this chakra, let alone utilize. And it's consistently demonstrated in Naruto that people have more chakra in their body, right? And their like chakra control can utilize only a portion of that, right? So like if she can utilize a certain amount of chakra, theoretically, since it's demonstrated consistently, right? She should be able to contain a lot more chakra in her body, because we see everyone utilize chakra. I think they utilize like 20% of their capacity, like normally, right? Then that's like what the gates are, right? They basically just open up like the I guess barrier of like chakra flow and allow you to use it like simultaneously and stuff. So like if she's able to like utilize like a certain amount of energy with her like chakra control and stuff, then she would also be able to contain this energy as well. And if she contains this energy and if she's able to utilize this energy simultaneously, she would also have to scale to it.
Getting late. So hey, I enjoyed this. I'm gonna concede because I gotta
the whole thing.
Huh? Yeah, man, I gotta go to bed. I gotta go to work.
All right, I appreciate you, Afro. It was a good debate.
All right, bro. It was nice.
All right.
You put me on game for some Toriko scaling. I didn't know they were that wanky, but like
not even wanky. It's just you fucked me over. You said mathematical infinity. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is that?
Bro, unironically, the scan that you sent is like outer versal, bro. But hey,
I know, but I wasn't arguing for outer versal. Then you said